This is Joe Dombrowski for Wrestlezone Weekly, and I am truly honored and privileged to be here with the man who I think is host Nick Hausman's favorite wrestler now, at least after the run he was on a few months ago. He's become a cult sensation. He's become numerous memes. He's become the name that's on the lips of so many wrestling fans. He is the man, the myth, James Ellsworth. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, man. I appreciate being on the Wrestling Zone. How you doing today? Everything cool?
Yeah, everything's great, and it's great to see everything is good with you, because every time I see you on television, it seems like a near-death experience.
Yeah, I guess that's sort of my thing.
Yeah. Now you've been wrestling a long time, right?
Yes, 14 years.
When I first met you, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe you were kind of under the wing of Axel Rotten.
Yes,
to some degree.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of your influences in the early going of your career.
Axel Rotten was my trainer and my mentor, and he just took a liking to me, and we became really close friends. And just being on the road with him, like a lot of people look at Axel like a hardcore guy because that's how he made his name in ECW. But Axel really knew his stuff when it came to professional wrestling as a whole. He knew how to work. He knew how to get the crowd without the weapons. So he taught me a lot, and I wouldn't be where I am today without him.
Now obviously everybody knows you best from the Braun Strowman match on Monday Night Raw a few months ago. Was that your first time backstage at WWE?
No, I've been backstage quite a few times before then, just doing extra talent stuff. But that was my first match on WWE. Yes.
So that was a pretty big deal in the sense that for anybody listening that doesn't know this, a lot of times they will recruit local talent to come to Monday Night Raw, and you don't know what you're doing. You could be a security officer arresting somebody. You could be in a pre-show match. You could get a tryout. You could just be sitting at catering for 6 hours. You don't even know. I'm sure you've done that more than once in your stay.
Yes.
First of all, talk about just the shock and what went through your mind learning, okay, not only are you going to have a match, but you're going to have a live TV match on Monday Night Raw. In general, against Braun Strowman or otherwise, what was your first reaction?
You know, right away, I just thought, I need to do a good job. I didn't think of anything else. I said, I'll think of everything else tomorrow. I'll think of wow, I was on Monday Night Raw, and wow, I was in front of 15,000 people and in front of millions of homes, across the world. I was like, I'll think about all that tomorrow. Today, all I'm going to do all day is think about, I need to go in there, and I need to do a good job.
And I think you succeeded. I mean, talk about, is it a culture shock to you when you step into WWE? Obviously, you're used to independent shows. Some of them are really high class, like here right now, we're at Big Time Wrestling, BTWPro.com, first-rate operation. Obviously, you, me, all of us, we go to some independent shows that are kind of in the sticks, kind of not exactly the most sanitary, not exactly the most well-attended, and we just get numb to that. We get used to that. But then you walk into this corporate WWE world. I mean, does that strike you as a culture shock? Does that strike you as a completely different world?
Oh yeah, the first couple of times I was invited to WWE as an enhancement talent or an extra talent. The first few times I walk in here, I'm like, wow, this is so much bigger than what I'm used to. But after a couple of times of being there, I just learned to be all business, be very professional, be on my A game, be ready for anything. Because like you said, when you go there, you don't know what you're going to do that night, if anything. And it could be, like you said, anything like a security guard or a person in the background at a bar fight or, just a jobber on TV or a Rosebud. I was a Rosebud a couple of times for Adam Rose. And you just don't know. So you got to be ready for anything. So after the first few times going there, that's the mindset I went with going in.
Okay, so you knew it was possible you might have a match, but to add the other caveat, to add the cherry on that, what goes through your mind when they say, okay, kid, you got to cut a promo too?
I was excited. That's the first thing that went through my mind. I was like, wow, this is going to be awesome, because I love to cut promos. I cut them pretty much every night. I'm on the Independents, like every show. So it's something I just really enjoy doing. So when they gave me a promo, I was stoked. Like right away, I said, I'm going to kill this promo. Yeah. Whatever it is, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to kill it. And I just wanted to do a good job with everything they gave me to do that night.
I take it that promo was pretty word for word laid out for you?
Not word for word.
Okay.
They gave me a script, and we're back there with the writer, and he said, you think there's anything you might want to add to this? He's like, 9 times out of 10. We won't let you, but if you have anything cool, we'll let you. And I said, well, I'm hitting him twice in the match. Can I say any man with 2 hands has a fighting chance? And He goes, well, I like it. Let me go see if I can get it cleared. I don't know who had to clear it with. I don't know if it was Vince himself. I have no clue. But then I didn't see the writer for like an hour and a half. And he comes back and he said, dude, they love the line. You have to say it. And I said, don't worry, I'll say it.
And you've done a hell of a job just squeezing every bit you can out of that line and really using it as your calling card and your mantra now. I think that's really cool that you've taken what was just a line that came to your head almost randomly, and you're making a career out of it. Now, once might have been enough, and you could have had a good bit of momentum to ride off of that. But your ass found your way back on television again, on SmackDown, and for about an hour, you were in a main event match with John Cena. Now, did you have any idea you were walking into that one?
Well, every week since the Raw, they were writing me, hey, we might need you this week. We might need you for SummerSlam, and we might need you. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm blessed with any opportunity they give me. It's all because of the fans I have any of those opportunities. It truly is. Fans on social media, like you said, with the memes and the hashtags and everything, they're the reason why I got to be on TV again. But for that 6 weeks, I was almost on TV a few times before it actually happened. But when I was booked for 3 days, Backlash, Raw, and SmackDown. And at Backlash, about an hour after I walked in, the head writer came up to me and he said, hey, James, just letting you know we have a spot for you at SmackDown Tuesday. Just be ready to work. It's a really cool thing we're doing with you. I didn't ask what it was. He didn't tell me what it was, and I kept it out. I said, thank you. I'm blessed with every opportunity you guys give me.
Wow. That's... And, of course, you never made it to the ring. The Miz had other intentions there. But there are comparisons that can be drawn based on the level of success you've gotten so far to maybe a Colin Delaney, who had a 6 or 9 month run that started from just a one-off job on the ECW show. Do you find yourself drawing comparisons to him, and do you think it's something feasible that could turn into a run with you?
Well, from my understanding, I'm not sure if this is true. I know, like, the Colin Delaney thing was like kind of planned. They were looking for a guy in that role, but Colin Delaney was perfect for it, and he's an excellent wrestler. I know he still does independence. A lot of people have made comparisons to it. I mean, he got 6 months out of it. I would be blessed if I got 6 months out of it. Right now, it's 2 months, 2 jobs that I've done on TV. But yeah, I mean, any opportunity WWE gives me, I'm going to take, and I hope you haven't seen last of me.
And let's to close this out. Let's run down the list here. We have a lot of very famous enhancement guys over there. We've got Barry Horowitz, we got the Brooklyn Brawler, Dwayne Gill, got the Malkies, George South is hanging out here. You got a bunch of guys. Where does James Ellsworth rank all time in the most beloved jobbers in wrestling history?
I mean, I'm not sure. That'd be a question you have to ask the fans. I mean, right now, all these guys have done more than I've done. I've been on TV twice, and I've been blessed with the social media following. But I just hope I'm not done yet. And because of the social media, I would think I'm not, but it's up to WWE, and it's hopefully up to the fans. If it's up to the fans, I think you'll see me again soon.
Hey, Hausman, I just gave you a heck of a poll to do on Twitter. Most beloved job guy ever. Now, speaking of fans loving you, where can they love you online? Tell us how to find you on social media.
You can find me on Twitter at Real Ellsworth, because believe it or not, there's fake ones, which is, it's an honor people are even, pretending to be me. But that's at Real Ellsworth. You can go on Instagram and follow me at James Ellsworth Wrestling. You go on Facebook, look up James Ellsworth. There's a regular page and a like page. And visit adrenalinewrestling.com to check out my promotion that I have in Maryland.
And I think the best thing that comes from James Ellsworth getting this run is that I don't have to watch you in those fishnet leggings anymore on the independent show. So I'm thankful for that as well, and I'm thankful for you giving us your time.
Appreciate it. And if anybody out there has a dream, chase it. I'm living proof you can achieve your dreams, because any man with 2 hands has a fighting chance.
Thank you once again goes out to James Ellsworth for his time. Of course, you can check me out online as well. The website is joe-dombrowski.com. All my merchandise and social media located there. I will be in attendance this weekend, Saturday night at the Court Time Sports Center in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. Tommy Dreamer is bringing House of Hardcore on the road for a stop in the Pittsburgh area. I'll be mulling about, not really sure where I'll be, what I'll be doing, but regardless, House of Hardcore always hits a home run with their events. I'm looking forward to watching Rhino and Sami Callihan hook it up that night. That'll be a smash mouth affair to be sure. And it's going to be a heck of a time next week here on Wrestlezone Weekly. I'll be joined by Shane Helms. You may know him better as the Hurricane in some circles, but Shane Helms currently working as a manager and also an agent in TNA Impact Wrestling. We're going to talk a lot about mentoring the likes of Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee, his current role in TNA, his response to some of the ongoing TNA criticisms, and also we'll talk about the great honor that he was recently bestowed, having a chance to visit our troops overseas for a couple weeks not too long ago. So check out Shane Helms next week here on the Wrestlezone Weekly, and that's all for me this week.